is coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. It's coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG, it's coming. 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 Oh, it's coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. Thought his personality be twerking. It's twerking.
Welcome, Cookie Crush Chat. Welcome. Habari Gani. Kuji Chagalia family. Hot butter biscuits and cream sauce family. All right. Cookie Crush Chat, thank you so much for tuning on in. I hope you guys have had a wonderful holiday season thus far. I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and an upcoming Happy New Year. I really appreciate y'all. I missed y'all over the last couple of days. I wanted to live stream yesterday, but I've been real tired and I feel like I'm losing my voice. So I'm going to do my best not to talk too much during this live stream, and we'll let Umar tell the tale. It's always something with this guy. And when you have drama in your life consistently nonstop, and it's not just one source of drama, you just got drama here, there, and everywhere, you really have to look at your life. And that's Umar. Whether we talk about the conscious stripper situation when he was dealing with a stripper, when we talk about the SETI rant where he's answering the phone, talking to his goonie goons, but wasn't nobody on the call, when he flipped his phone and showed his living conditions, living like a hoarder, whether it is the Tasha K. Zora rant, we covered that, the Kobe Bryant rant, the different beefs, Tariq Nasheed, he's had beef with Boyce Watkins, he's had beef with now DJ Vlad. Did y'all hear about that? This starting to pick up with that right now. Then you got the thing on the Joe Budden show with the Ish guy. I don't even know who the guy is, but his name is Ish. That whole situation. And then Umar running off in the mouth talk. I mean, some of the things that Umar says, it's so racist, but he gets a pass because he's black. I don't get that. And then black people use this narrative that, well, you can't be racist because it's racism is about control. No, anytime you prejudge people and you disparage people and you disconnect them from being given the appropriate amount of respect based on their skin color or their quote unquote race, because those two things are really very much tied together these days, that's racism. So Umar had said something about how Eminem can't be considered to be the greatest rapper of all time simply because he's white. Now, you let a white person say something like that about Tiger Woods. Well, Tiger Woods can't be the greatest golfer because he's black. Now we got a problem. Black Lives Matter's coming up on the scene. Everyone's irate. Everyone's going crazy because all of a sudden now it's racism. But when Umar uses that same logic, it's really illogic. Somehow it's okay. So now he has beef with DJ Vlad. He has beef with Ish. He's had beef with all kinds of people, and it's constant. It just keeps going over and over again. But what it really reflects is where Umar is at and where he has been at in his life, simply to say that his life is drama-filled. And you can't expect someone to get to the point to be some sort of a principal of a school, some sort of a black leader. He's going to open up a school for black boys. You can't expect someone who's always in the midst of this type of drama. And you can't say that it's everyone else is hating, because if you're the common denominator, then you have to look at yourself at some point. And that's Umar Johnson. So he's been very active over the last couple of weeks And in particular, over the last week and a half, I think it's because of Christmas time, because he doesn't have any time. He's burnt so many bridges. He doesn't have people to hang out with. He don't take care of his kids. He's not an active participant in his children's life. He got baby mamas all over the place. We talked about this over the last couple of weeks. A lot of the people that used to be around when Umar started this school scam, let's say when he acquired the buildings in Wilmington, which was in 2019, and it'll be 5 years in February of 2024. A lot of those people aren't around anymore because he uses people and he uses them up and then he discards them. He doesn't create any type of connection to people, no type of real relationship. It's always about the come up. It's always about their mark, and he's trying to get something out of them, whether that's cookies, like the thumbnail indicates today, or it's the money. He's always trying to get the money. But what a lot of people don't realize is that this school scam goes back to at least 2009. And in 2010, Umar posted on his Facebook page. Let me pull it up because there's going to be new people coming to go watch this because of all the foolishness that's going on right now with Umar. And people, they say, oh, he's only been collecting donations for the school for 4 years. He's only been collecting donations for 5 years. No. People need to do their research. You need to have the receipts in order, and you need to be able to show and prove. So when people say things like that, it bothers me because you got to do the research. You got to know what you're talking about. I don't mean to be like that, but let me just pull this up real quick. This was back in 2014. We was talking about FDMG is not open yet. We need to raise $2 million ASAP. I'm currently principal of a public school. He was not a principal of a public school. He said he's a principal of a vice principal. He said he was a principal of a charter school. Now on here, I just realized he's saying of a public school. He's never been though. I've had yet to see it. Where and when? Show the receipt. This is from August 2014. Here's where he's talking about due to my obligations as a principal, I will be unable to attend the November Haiti trip scheduled for 11/20 of 2023 and of 2014. The point is that he was collecting money back then. So no, it's not 4 years. It's not 5 years. At this point, it's 9 years based on the school scam, the St. Paul school scam. Okay, you have the St. Paul school scam in 2014. You got all these other school scams, including in Detroit, Chicago, one in New York City, one down in Florida, one in Africa, all these different school scams. 2014 was specifically, he started collecting money for the St. Paul school scam. That goes on, and it's not until 2019 that he purchased these trap bundles up there in Wilmington, Delaware, that he called schools, but they're still on the vacant property list. And now he starts the next school scam, which was the Wilmington, Delaware school scam. And that's been going on now for 4 years and 10 months. It's about to be 5 years in February of 2024. So what I'm saying is that just specifically dealing with the Wilmington school scam, which he spun into, the St. Paul school scam, which he spun into the Wilmington school scam, that's 9 years right there, going on 10. Collecting money, there's still no school. But what people don't realize was that back in 2010, Umar stated that the school was going to open in 2013. Let me pull up the receipt right now. This 13 years later, it's about to be 14 years in a minute. Here it is right here. Okay, and then we're going to get into the show. We got 500 people already. Okay, and I know people are like, why do you keep showing? Well, I have to show this because with the whole DJ Vlad thing popping off, Umar running off the mouth, going crazy, ranting and raging on the Joe Budden show. A lot of people need to know this. Joe Budden needs to know this. DJ Vlad needs to know this. You Umar Johnson followers need to know that. The Cookie Crush chat, you already know this. But I'm going to show it again. This is Umar Abdullah Johnson. He has many different aliases too, by the way. His childhood name, government name was Jermaine Shoemake. This was January 6, 2010. I'll read it to you. Promises in 2010 to begin laying the groundwork for the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Pan African School for Black Boys, specializing in learning disabilities and disruptive behavior disorders. This will be a private school, and yes, you will pay in order for your son to attend. The grand opening, September 11th, 2013. If he's laying the groundwork, don't you think he has to have money to lay the groundwork? Because he didn't have no job. That's the whole thing. I have people on record saying that back in 2009 that Umar was collecting money for schools, for different types of school-related scams. We can go back to UNIA days. I'm not going to pull up the receipt, but let me just get my timeline here. Y'all can type in Umar Johnson. UNIA resignation letter. There's another scam he was trying to run with the UNIA, trying to scam them for the money to do the building fund so he could do renovations. That was in 2005. Umar Johnson fathers have to understand this. Joe Budden, understand this. DJ Vlad, understand. Anyone else? Breakfast Club people? 2005. Okay, some people are like, no, you're making it up. Okay, I will do a screen share, then we're gonna get into the video for the videos, because it's a gang of them. I don't even know where we're gonna start today. Someone have any suggestions? Because we got so much to get into. Here it is right here. This is 2005. Umar was running a similar type of scam. It's just in this case, he wasn't trying to get money out of everyday black people like he's been doing over the last 13 years with this school scam, the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Pan African School for Black Boys. And yes, it has been 13 years. Okay, but it's not just that. If we go from 2010, let's go over here now. This is 2005. 5 years before that, he was trying to get money out of the UNIA. He writes his resignation there. They won't resignation letter. They won't kick him out anyway because he was causing problems, trying to take over power and control of the organization. He was spreading dissension amongst the ranks. He wanted to become the leader. And he wanted to get the older people up out of there so that he can take control of that UNIA division 121. But in addition to that, he was trying to get money out of the organization for a what? A building redemption initiative. Sounds familiar? See, this is renovation with FDMG that I had developed in an attempt to restore the second and third floors of the Thomas W. Harvey Hall. Okay. Inevitably, when he tried to deposit the check, it came back as insufficient funds, and he was suggesting that they canceled the check, or they didn't have enough money. No, they just canceled it because they knew you was a scammer. It was only for $328. Well, Big Papa, if you Big Papa and you the most requested, and you Big Papa and you the most requested, and you Big Papa and you the most requested, why don't you just come out the pocket $328 and get the renovation? I don't know what kind of renovations you was gonna do. See, the difference is he was trying to get him back then for $328. Now he can trying to get you off for $3 million. Because that's about as much how much he raised as of today. I wonder if Joe Budden asked how much money have you raised? DJ Vlad, you asked him how much money he raised so far for this FDMG school scam? Huh? It's got to be close to $3 million by now. But you know what? What he initially said, he was trying to get $1 million, and then he bumped that up because he saw the money coming in, and he bumped it up to $2 million. And then guess what? After that, he bumped up to $4 million. Purchased these trap banners up in Wilmington for $400,000. He raised more money just on GoFundMe alone to purchase these trap banners up there. Where the rest of the money at, Cleo? Huh? So I tell you, listen, receipts, and I just showed you the receipts. I don't have to spin it. I don't have to twist it. I don't have to clip it. I don't have to, none of that. I just showed you it. You can go online and go find all this for yourself. And there's people, they'll take a clip here, they take a clip here, they spin it and make it sound like it's something else. I ain't doing that. Never have, never, it's not necessary. This has been going on now for 13 years. The school it's about to be 14 years. And there are people who still think that Umar is going to open up a school. No, he's not opening up no school. And now before we get into the video, y'all let me know what y'all want to get into, because I have like 5 or 6 different videos. I don't know which one we're gonna get in. Can y'all hear this heater? I turned it off, but it sounds like it's still going. Let me know if y'all can hear it. Let me just check this right here. Oh no, that's outside. I'm tripping. It's probably, yeah, that's outside. I'm sorry. I hope that's not matter of fact, let me go edit something real quick. Anyway, there's one thing I want to comment on before we get into this, and that is that the way Umar operates, it's you can't hear it. How's it going, Black Anonymous? Thank you so much. You can't, okay, cool. The way that Umar operates is I use it an analogy of a slash and burn. because, like, you know, there's rainforests where they would go in and they would cut things down. They would just burn it all up. And that's how they would clear the land. See? Well, Umar, that's his approach to getting money out of people and also preying on these black women. That's why I have that inside the thumbnail. That thumbnail image of the Cookie Monster, that's Umar posted that on his Instagram page. He watches these videos. And one of the biggest criticisms that I have of Umar is that he preys mainly on single black women. He'll prey on any black women to get that money, to get them draws. But he also tries to cater to you. So what he does is he'll say stuff like, black men, we need to commit ourselves to black women, and we shouldn't be dating outside the race. But we can ask the critical question, Umar, have you dedicated and committed yourself to a black woman? To a black woman? No, you haven't. You got babies and mamas out here, been on child support for 20 years. He don't talk about that. Well, he does. I can pull it up right now. In fact, let me tell y'all something. I did a little research into this because he did not have at that time, and I can pull it up. If y'all want me to, hit the one. He did not, because he says it himself. He self-exposes. He did not have unsupervised visitations with one of his daughters. And I thought, and then he says something about domestic something, then he catches himself. And I said, okay, well, that's like a Freudian slip. But then I said to myself more recently, I said, well, okay, wait a minute. In the state of Philadelphia, what would be the reasons as to why a court will order that you can only have supervised visitations with your daughter? And you know what? One of the reasons happens to be domestic violence. I should pull it up, but I don't want to get that far sidetracked. I see some ones in here. How's it going, Bradley? Renee, temporary, Tata. Well, Tata said it, so I'm going to pull it up. Let me go pull it up. Okay. Give me 1 second. See, he takes a crash and burn approach, and he does not have long-standing relationships with people, and all the people they used to support him back in the day, they're not around anymore. And see, that's why when we get into the holiday season, which is time that a lot of people we spend with our families, we have a little time off, so we're hanging out at the house watching movies. He doesn't have that. And he gets very upset, but it's his own doing. He's done this by burning bridges, by treating people poorly, by running through all. Do you mean to tell me that he can't find a good woman to be hanging out with? Come on, that's ridiculous. He's almost 50 years old. Well, I tell you, he's 50 years old, still trying to be a little player. That's weak. You weak. You weak and broken. Okay, let me pull this up right now. Who is that? Oh. There's some ice cream sandwiches in there. They're vegan. Okay, let me pull it. Here it is right here. If y'all don't mind, I might have to pull me up one of those too. Let me get this my daughter over here getting her something to eat. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Okay. Let me go back. I got to pull this up again. So this is a video. Let me make sure I get the right one though, because I have not different versions, but I have the full length one. Okay, I think this is it. I'm gonna try this one, okay, but I don't know if this is the one where I have the beeps in there because I don't want to share one of his baby mama's name because he doxes their personal information.
He was like, Doc, you shouldn't have done that video the other day where you talk about your baby mom.
Okay, can y'all hear this? Did y'all hear that inside the Cookie chat? Let me know. Okay, before I'll play it, but I want to make sure before we get into this that you guys can hear it. This video is from, let me see, because this was right after he had won that case with the state of Pennsylvania dealing with his license. Let me see here. This is, no, I don't even have the date on here. Yeah, I didn't put it in here. Okay, that's okay. No, yeah, here it is. This is from 2018. All right. You know what? I think this is the right one right here. But I'm gonna let it play, and then if see, I don't want to chance it though. Yeah, I don't want to chance it. Let me do this because I don't want you guys or anyone to be hearing him giving out his. He gives out one of his baby mama's place of business, her name, the grandmama's name, the daughter's middle name, and their address, the place of business address, the website. Okay, here it is right here. This is the one I'm looking for.
Here we go. God, you shouldn't have done that video the other day where you talk about your baby mom taking you to child support court. I had to. Right. God forbid, if I die today tomorrow, who gonna tell my daughter that your father loved you? Exactly. And the only reason why he wasn't there because your mom kept him out. Somebody got to let her know that. Because her mom ain't gonna tell her the truth. And her grandma ain't gonna tell her the truth. You see what I'm saying? So you got to drop a couple little tidbits. I didn't go in too deep, just enough. So somebody can pull, it's something happened to me. Because what I think is so selfish about what my mother is doing is my life, my work is a very dangerous work. You don't know how long this man got, and you keeping it from his baby. And my baby girl looks just like me, you understand? And my oldest daughter, she almost at the age where she's free to do what she wants. So we're going to be able to build that relationship better. You see what I'm saying? Because she's almost free. But my baby girl, she's starting off. We need.
See all this excuse making? What kind of man? Black men don't do this. He said he said he paid child support, and I don't mean to pause it, but he said he paid child support in bulk, meaning that he purposefully allows it to accumulate. The baby goes without. One of them grown now, but they still babies as far as I'm concerned. His children go without until he decides, or the court calls him in. And if you guys going to look at his docket, it goes back, it's over 20 years. And in fact, you go onto the website and it truncates. I have all the original receipts, the screenshots and all this stuff. And he's in there over and over and over again, not just once every 6 months. No, I'm talking about 2-3 times a month for 10 straight. It's crazy. This has been going on for 20 years. He said, and I could pull that up too. He says, I pay my child support in bulk. Okay, so that means he waits and he waits and he waits. His child goes without his support. And then once the court calls him in, the quote unquote white man calls him in, now he goes in and he goes pays it. And guess what? He ain't got no job. So who's paying it? Umar Johnson, father, y'all paying it. You paying this man's child support. What kind of man? Y'all paying this man's child support. Y'all paying this man's child. I gotta say it 3 times because it's Christmas. But you paying this man's child. That's a dime. What kind? What this? And see, the craziest part about it is he has the money because y'all give him the money. He got the money to go take care of his financial responsibility. He's still absent. He's still the absentee father. He still ain't got supervised visitation from what he says here. It's coming up. And like I said, in the state of Pennsylvania, the court will order that you cannot have supervised visitations. You can't have unsupervised visitations if there's any type of domestic violence type of situation that's popped off. Okay, there's other reasons too. So I'm not saying that is the reason. I'm saying that that's something to think about because of what Umar says when he speaks about this. Here we go right here.
That time. Right. And the fact she would take me to child support when all I asked for was a day a week. I said I would give you the money. Right. I just need a day a week. Right. She didn't even want to give me a day a week, though. My baby girl's 6.5. She never been anywhere with me in 6 years, bro. Out to the movies, the zoo. If I want to see her, I got to go to the grandma's house. For what? For what? Because I didn't marry you? For what? You don't do that. But that's what they do.
See, that's the excuse that his narcissistic self will use at this because I didn't marry you. Then he said, didn't he just say though that it was because she wouldn't give him 1 day a week? What you ask for 1 day a week for anyway? You trifling, just trifling. See, you can't. The guy lies. He's a habitual liar. He lies so much. He lies on top of lies like Wakanda fries. But didn't he just say hit the one? Didn't he just say that the reason why was because she wouldn't let him see the baby at least once a week. Now he says because he didn't want to marry her. Hit the one. Yeah, he's always blaming someone else. He never takes responsibility for anything. It is shameful. Someone said Umar always, and I can't remember who said it, but I apologize. I told him I was going to quote them from now on if I ever use it. But Umar always places himself as the victim and never as the person who takes responsibility for failure, something to that effect. And he does. It's just that narcissism too. It's everybody. They always trying to sabotage, right? He uses that word over and over again. See? Yeah, he just be lying. He lies so much. It's just Atomic Reflection. That's a cool what you call right there. I'm in the sci-fi. What's up, the 185 and Jonathan Kidd and Will D? Yeah, I know. No self-accountability Tuesday. And Jonathan's other Jonathan's have been in Sammy. Thank you so much for being here. And Stosh. All right. Here we go right here. If y'all, my kids, they loud for some reason. If y'all let me know if this is bothering you, it is what it is.
They right up there on to get the address because I would damn well.
See, he gives their place of business, the name of it.
Tell you, because I want everybody to go. And mama selling them.
He gives their names.
Vegan platters, talking that soul.
And he gives the name of the mama and the grandmama.
Old vegan shit. Right. They say, why can't this man see his baby without y'all sitting in his face?
Well, because you have supervised visitations. The question is why? They don't trust you, Umar. They don't trust you with the baby, Umar. Why? And look at all the crazy stuff Umar have said, how he be behaving. He up there on the Joe Budden show throwing a straight tantrum, looking like a big black big bird. You see him with that yellow on. I said, man, what is going on with this guy? Did y'all see that? This guy, he wild. I said, he up there yelling and screaming. He has a anger management issue. But you throw in just that behavior, the SETI rant, you can look at all the different things, but you also look at the types of things that he said about children. He's made these very horrific sexual comments about children that's just totally inappropriate for anyone to be saying. And I'm not going to do it because I think that it's highly inappropriate. But Umar, he used to do these college tours for the children, and they would pay. And there's this one video where he's walking, and instead of having the camera on him, because that's normally what he does, right? He'll put the camera on him and he's talking to the camera. He flips the camera around, and there's these girls walking, right? And they're part of the children that he's working with, and he keeps the camera on the little girl's backside and just follows her like a pervert. That made me so upset. It really does. And he keeps the camera on her. There's no reason to do that, none. But see, I've seen him do that with women too, grown women, where he's doing that, where he just got the camera on their backside, just looking like that. He follows her. They go into, all of them go into this one building, and then there's this little kiosk. They have to go to the turnstile. And he says, let the girls go first. The girls go first. And then Umar says, well, hold on, let me go next. And he has a camera, and he scoots his big butt through. And then they go, because they were going to go over there to go to the water fountain to get something to drink. And then the girl go over there to go get the drink, and starts bending over a little bit like this. And guess who's over there by that time? Umar's over there with his camera. Had a camera on her again. Let me read y'all something right here. This is from the Pennsylvania Family Law, LLC.com. Visitation, Pennsylvania Family Law. Visitation center supervised visits are typically only utilized in cases of abuse or when the non-custodial parent has a risk of fleeing with the child. Here is from the law offices of Cheryl R. Remps. Supervised visitation in Pennsylvania. Supervised visitation. This is from July 15, 2022. Supervised visitation may seem like a distressing situation, being able to see your child only with someone else present. Keep this all in mind, because we're going to hear what Umar Johnson says. If you are considering a divorce and want to know your options, whether you will be the parent, supervised, or the custodial parent, obviously Umar is not the custodial parent. Contact an experienced Pennsylvania divorce attorney who can guide you through the process. What is supervised visitation? Supervised visitation refers to a parent requiring a qualified supervisor to be present at all times when they are visiting their child. Follow me. This is the only requirement. Hence, the visit can involve anything the child parent wishes. The supervisor is only there to ensure the child's safety. The court values the parent's relationship with the child, and therefore you do not need to be perfect to retain the right to see them. The priority remains the child's best interest, but the court understands the importance of continued relationship with both parents that both parents play in a child's well-being. When the court has reason to believe that the child would not be safe if left alone with one of the parents, it might order supervised visitation. An experienced family law lawyer can help you set up supervised physical custody or move from a supervised custody arrangement to an unsupervised one. Okay, now watch this. Now I'm gonna get to the super chats. Hold on 1 second. And no, I'm not making it up. You can look up Cheryl R. Rentz. It's SR Rentz, RENTZ law.com, and you can just search for supervised visitation in Pennsylvania. Okay? I don't want to hear it. We're gonna get to super chat in just a moment. Y'all hold on. Now watch what Umar says.
You know how belittling that is without y'all sitting in his face? You know how belittling that is? You a grown man. And you got a baby without y'all sitting in his face. You know? And mama selling them vegan platters, talking that soul vegan shit. They say, why can't this man see his baby without y'all sitting in his face? You know how belittling that is? You a grown man. And you got to go sit on your daughter's grandmama couch. Right. You go talk to your daughter.
See that? That's called supervised visitations. He has to go to the grandma's house and sit on the couch to see the child.
With everybody in the family looking at you.
I'll ask that question.
See what I'm saying? But they up there perpetrating this conscious vegan, and the little girl can't even see her father, and her father happened to be one of the biggest movers and shakers we got, and she can't spend time alone with him because the mother's hatred issues. And then somebody said, well, maybe he's a domestic.
Maybe he's a domestic what? Fill in the blank. Then he stopped himself. I tell you, he gonna open up a school for black boys for any child. He ain't got no business. He don't got business being around any child. Well, fill in the blank. What was he gonna just say? He caught himself because he just tell on it. He just tell on himself. I'm trying to tell you, Jonathan. Yeah, he's one of the biggest movers and shakers. Burger King. Anyway,
Maybe he's a domestic. And then somebody said, well, maybe he's a domestic.
Look at him. Yeah. Yeah, that's what he was gonna say, but he stopped. Why couldn't you finish? Domestic alpha. All right. Let it play for a little bit more, then we're gonna get into the show for tonight. Here we go.
If I ever put my hands on a woman, I promise you, it won't be no school psychology, it won't be no FDMG, it won't be no nothing. And it hurt me even with the grandma because when I ran into mom a couple years ago at the Fresh Produce, I didn't speak to her. Umar, you not gonna speak to me? I said, I ain't got nothing to say to you. Why not? Your daughter don't let me see my little girl. You know this. Why are you acting like you don't know why I'm not talking? Oh, I didn't know. How the hell you don't know I can't see my baby when the only time
he's just making up stuff, lying. Does that even make any sense? It don't even make no sense. But he has to blame everybody. And I got other receipts too, where he was blaming you black women and you black mothers and you black women who you black grandmamas and you black women who support these type of women. The baby mama types that he refers to y'all as. The reason why it's so messed up, but really he's just projecting. He blames you all. I can pull it up right now. This is old stuff. Matter of fact, I don't even have the videos, have the audio for that. But that's no different than what he's doing here, trying to make it seem like there's something wrong with the grandma. And I've done research into the grandma. She's a nice lady. Okay. She's a nice lady. I just feel so bad they have to deal with Umar. And nobody deserves that. I tell you that right now. You know, they're vegan and they eat healthy, and she looks really, really young, but they got to deal with Umar. Just sad.
I can see it's on your damn couch. So she set it up, start going again. We need some money. No problem.
Start going again. What you mean start? If she start going again, that mean that you went before, right? You said again. Well, if you went before, wouldn't she know that you're supposed to? What are you talking about? Hit the one. This guy be lying. And he lies. And if you really listen, he just keep running his mouth. He just contradicted himself. He already contradicted himself a couple times already. But anyone else catch that? Hit the one. He said that she set it up. I mean, the grandma set it up so that he can come see the child at her house because that's the arrangement for the supervised visitation because he doesn't have supervised visitation. And one of the reasons why, I already read it, but one of the reasons why that they won't, that visitation situation is if the child's in danger. It can also be if the mama's in danger too. If there's any domestic violence type of situation that's taking place, whether that be towards the mama or to the child, see? Or maybe the daddy done did something or said something that put the child's safety in jeopardy. That's why they do that, see? But see, what Umar does is he says that, I was going to say her name, that the grandma, he was mad at her because she said that she didn't know that he had supervised visitations. But then he says she set it up, and then I started going again. Well, if you're going again, that means she already set it up before. So how would she not know? This guy, boy, he's something. He's a habitual liar. Literally, he's a habitual liar. Anyone else catch that? Hit the one.
How the hell you don't know I can't see my baby when the only time I can see is on your damn couch? So she set it up, start going again. We need some money. No problem. I need 1 day a week.
One day a week for what? For supervised visitation? They were trying to sound like they were trying to get you to do, but see, that's you. You don't want you're deadbeat. It is just as fast as it. You're a deadbeat. But he got to blame it on him. It don't even make sense. The whole scenario that he's spinning, the narrative that he's spinning here doesn't even make sense. It's got 832 people here. If you don't hit the like button, I appreciate it. Here we go.
You see what I'm saying? Right. You need no problem. I need 1 day a week. Right. You know what she said before? She doesn't know you. My daughter know exactly who I am. She see me right now, she run into her daddy. She doesn't know you. That's when she was 2. Right. When she was 4, what was it when she was 4?
See him, he's just thinking of some kind of a lie. He's looking up, trying to figure out something.
The new excuse was, she ain't used to being away from me. Something. Right, right.
Yeah, what does that got to do with supervised visitation, though? Ain't got nothing to do with supervised visitation. She ain't used to being, no, Umar, what? You black women, you need to be careful about men like this, okay? You got to be very careful.
And now she's 6. They done ran out of excuses. Right. You know what I mean? We just don't want to let her be around with you. And not only that, she put my baby in a white school. My little girl at why is that?
He gives a child school location.
Dr. Umar Johnson's daughter at racist white supremacist.
I'll ask that question, bro. I'll ask that question. Don't worry, I'll ask it.
And then when the child support man calls me up, he says my daughter's name, right? First name, middle name, last name. I knew she wasn't going to give him my last name. Wow. I anticipated that. Wow. She ain't got my last name. She got a mother last name. Which was disrespect, yeah. But check this out. He mentions the middle name.
Is disrespectful? Why? You're an absentee father? What are you talking about, absentee father? How is that disrespectful? You're not even in the child's life. Who's you? I mean, listen, if you have a child, you got to be an active participant in that child's life before you can be talking about, oh, well, you know, they should have my last. Oh, no, I don't want to hear all that, man. You're just ridiculous. Umar, you didn't have your daddy's last name, huh? Till he changed it. Okay, Jermaine Shoemake, what you talking about?
And I don't want to see my baby name on the film. Right. But I give you the middle name. Guess what the middle name is? I said, run that back. Because when my baby was born, we had an agreement. She get the first name. I get the middle name. I chose Adezanai as a Zulu name for princess. She told me she didn't like it, but she never told me that she wasn't going to use it. First time I found out my daughter's middle name is last week on the phone with the child support man. Oh my God. She changed the name and didn't even tell me.
Well, see, if you were an active participant, you would know. Okay, you would have known that. And who knows? He may even be lying about that. You probably wasn't even there for the birth, didn't sign no paperwork or nothing. Deadbeat.
get that nut meat, go get
Okay, he gives out their address at that point.
that veggie stir fry, go get that coconut milk. Baby, best food in the city. Won't get to see your kids, but you get some grub. Like some people like, Doc, you should have done that video the other day we talked about your baby mom.
All right. This guy's just ridiculous.
FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. It's coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG it's coming. 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 Oh, it's coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. Thought his personality be twerking. It's twerking.
Thank y'all so much again for tuning on in. Please enjoy the rest of the evening. And listen, happy holidays. If you celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas. And of course, we're getting here to the new year. I'm about to go have me some applesauce. I love y'all. Talk to y'all soon. Take care. Peace.